All right, I'm back. So we'll talk about paragraph 2 of the essay. Now, like I said yesterday, that first day, I think it's the most time consuming. I think that first paragraph. But if you do it correctly, and you still might not be done, I know there were quite a few people, unless you did some work at home, there are quite a few people that didn't finish that paragraph. They just got to the brainstorming stage. That's fine. Sometimes the more brainstorming you do, the less work you have to do when you write. Like, that's the honest truth. Saw some nice outlines. I always like to outline when I do it, like, just even if I'm just like one, two, three, kind of like what I'm going to write about. So you already actually know what I'm going to write about. You probably don't remember, but it's in the thesis. So what I would like to do is just take a quick look at that thesis again. I'm going to highlight it. I can actually highlight on this thing, unlike the other book. So, I mean, it's really super straightforward. In this essay, I will explain one intelligence that I'm good at, one that I'm not good at, and one I wish I was better at. So, guess what this first paragraph of the body is going to be? It's going to be one intelligence that I feel I'm good at. And it ends right there. So, double space Times New Roman. Oh, I can't highlight as well as I'd like. But yeah, so let's take a look at this. And hopefully I'm following true to that, right? That thesis statement, first, second, third. So this should be about an intelligence I think I'm good at. Anybody want to guess? English teacher? Yeah, so it's going to be the linguistic. Linguistic. Let me make this bigger. And we'll take a look. Right off the bat, one of the 9 intelligences I feel I'm good at is the one called linguistic intelligence. Writers, readers, and speakers have high intelligence when it comes to linguistics. Since I've been teaching English for over 20 years, I figured that should count for something. But even as a kid, I was always in the highest reading group in school. I mean, don't want to flex too much, but you know what? When it came to elementary school, you know what? I mean, what do we call it? Would that be a humble brag? I mean, I was in the highest reading group. I remember kindergarten, just me, another guy named Nate. We read a book called Magic Rings and Funny Things. When it was time for us to go, just the two of us, we'd get stares from the other kids. Oh, why is he going there? Because I'm smart. That's what I told them. Needless to say, I didn't have a lot of friends. But, we didn't call it flexing back then. I think you call it flexing still. But, I had to flex a little bit. I had a little collar back in, a little button up. Just pop my collar. I'm smart. Why don't you try a little harder? Why don't you try to read a little better? Then you'd be in this group too with Nate. I still talk to Nate every so often. He lives in Portland. Yeah, magic rings and funny things. So I didn't put that in the essay. I didn't want to brag that much. But I think I ended right here, right? But even as a kid, I was always in the highest reading group in school. I just wanted to read that again because I liked the way it sounded. I don't even remember learning how to read. Seems I've always been able to do it. I also like writing. In fact, roughly 10 years ago, a literary agent liked my writing so much, she signed me. Unfortunately, even though I never got a book deal, Disney, Scholastic, and some other big name publishers read over my work. I also teach English as a foreign. Look at what? Unrecognized word. I will fix that. That's a mistake right there. This is a rough draft, though. Remember? Rough draft. Language on YouTube. And some seem to really enjoy it. So I think it's not a perfect. One thing that I want to go back over and do during not like a rewrite, I want to add the definition exactly of what linguistic intelligence is. I said that writers, like and know linguistic intelligence, but I think I would like to put like just maybe one more sentence with a better definition. So that's what I would suggest that you do with your first paragraph. Oh, we didn't talk about, you need some kind of, maybe I didn't use one. Maybe for this first one, you don't need a transition. Yeah, you don't probably need that. But what if you started off very similarly to the way that I do it? One of the 9 intelligences I feel I'm good at is boom, right there. That could be your first sentence. And if you chose to not write about one that you're good at, just switch it up. One that you wish you were better at. And as I was going around yesterday, you do want some kind of organization though. Like if you're doing like two that you're good at and one that you're bad at, you don't want to go good, bad, good. You want to group the ones that are similar, and you have to make a decision. Do you want to start off strong and end on like a less positive note, or do you want to start off on a less positive note and then strong? But just try to group them in a way that makes sense. If you need any help with that, let me know. So that's my first paragraph of the body, second paragraph overall. Tomorrow, I mean, just a little prediction here. It should, if we go back to my thesis, I will explain one that I'm good at. Okay, did that. Tomorrow, I think I'm going to have to talk about one that I'm not good at. And maybe you can guess. Seeing Frank and Beans, the math teacher is the word. Spoiler alert, I don't think it's that hard to figure out. I was never good at math. All right, so that'll be it for today. I will come around. If we have time for Frank and Beans, cool. But if people are still working on brainstorming, getting that thesis, getting that intro, make sure your thesis is that last sentence. As I was going around, I saw some that didn't have that thesis as the last sentence. Yeah. All right. That's it. Adios, amigos.